We're going to go through the core questions in the New Zealand Road Code using the free Road Code Practice website at drivingtests.co.nz. There are 55 questions in total, and we'll break these across a couple of videos. A vehicle should not send out visible smoke for more than how many seconds? The answer is 10 seconds. When must you turn your vehicle headlights on? Your vehicle headlights are designed to make your vehicle more visible to other road users, as well as allowing you to see the road more effectively. Answer A, 30 minutes after sunset until 30 minutes before sunrise is correct. It will be dark then. Also, fog reduces visibility, therefore in fog is correct. And when you can't see at least 100 meters ahead of you is correct. Therefore D is the right answer, all of the above. Select all that apply. When can you use your horn? Answer A, to warn another driver of your presence. That's a correct answer. Answer B, to warn a horse and rider you're approaching. If you use your horn around a horse, you may cause the horse to be startled, and it could throw the rider into the path of traffic, so that's not correct. Answer C, if someone cuts you off. This is not correct. If this happens, drop back, chill out, and continue on your way. Answer D, as you're leaving your friend's house, is not correct either. Therefore only answer A is right. Who may legally require you to give a blood sample? Only a police officer can legally require you to give a blood sample. In this case, a medical doctor or other approved person will take the blood. You must turn on your vehicle headlights when visibility is less than how many meters? The answer is 100 meters. You're turning right at traffic signal showing a red arrow pointing to the right. What should you do? A red arrow means that you can't turn in the direction of the arrow. Therefore you'll need to stop until you receive a green arrow, then proceed if it's safe to go. Or, if you get a green light and the red light disappears, then you can turn right as long as you observe the give-way rules. Therefore, both A and B are correct. When driving at night, which vehicle lights should you turn on? The position lights are low-powered lights on the side of the main headlight cluster. Many new cars don't have position lights, they have daytime running lights. So in this case, a position light, or daytime running light, won't give you enough light to drive safely. High beam lights will dazzle other drivers. Fog lights will dazzle drivers following you, as fog lights are usually one bright rear light, and sometimes low-mounted lights on the front of your car. The correct answer is B, dipped or low beam headlights. If you're going straight through a roundabout, don't signal as you come up to the roundabout, only signal left as you pass the exit before the one you wish to take. True or false? Any time you use a roundabout, you signal left as you pass the exit before the one you want to take. This avoids confusion for other drivers, therefore the answer is true. What must you do if you want to turn right at traffic signals where a green light is showing? Because you have a green light, then you are allowed to proceed. But because you're turning and other traffic could be coming straight through, you have to use the give-way rules to determine whether it's safe to proceed. Therefore, you should give way to vehicles coming towards you. You don't need to give way to vehicles from the left. Vehicles from the right won't be entering the intersection because you have a green light. And you should never turn on a red light. What is a courtesy crossing? A courtesy crossing is a raised crossing in the road that you aren't required to stop for, but it allows for a safer place to stop if pedestrians do want to cross. They are often created using bricks and surfaces that distinguish them from the main road surface. What colour is the line painted on a sealed road at a give-way sign? a yellow line is painted at a stop sign. A red line isn't used at all. Therefore, the answer is C, a white line. When approaching a pedestrian crossing without a raised traffic island, what must you do? Because this pedestrian crossing doesn't have a centre refuge, you must stop and give way if a pedestrian is on any part of the crossing. Therefore, B is correct. When are you allowed to pass on the left at an intersection? Answer B. If the vehicle in front is signalling a left turn, obviously isn't right. If you're passing on its left, it will turn into you. If the vehicle is turning right and it's slowing down and you have enough room to pass on the left safely without endangering other road users such as cyclists, then you can pass on the left. When should you apply the 4-second rule? You may have heard of the 2-second rule. This is where you leave 2 seconds between the vehicle in front and your vehicle. This gives you room to stop if the vehicle in front stops suddenly, but only if the conditions are dry. But if the conditions are wet or frosty, or you're on gravel or other slippery surfaces, or you're towing a trailer, then you'll need to leave a greater distance. In this case, you use the 4-second rule. Therefore, A is the correct answer. What's the legal definition of a road? You might think it's any sealed or unsealed street or highway, whether there are lines painted or not, because when we think of a road, we think of a grey tarmac strip. However, roads can be designated anywhere, including beaches, riverbeds, bridges, wharves, and so on. So any area the public is reasonably allowed to drive on at times can be called a road. When you are turning to the right, what should you do? Usually, when you're signalling, you should give 3 seconds warning. That's regardless of whether you can see other road users around you or not. What does this marking mean? This is for a fire hydrant. When you see this marking, you can park over the fire hydrant as long as someone is with the car that can move it. Select all that apply. When does a police officer have the power to arrest you? A. If you don't stop when requested. That's correct. B. If you refuse to tell the police officer your name and address or give false information about the ownership of the vehicle you are driving. That's correct too. C. If you refuse the procedures for blood or breath alcohol testing. That's correct. D. If you drive when you are told not to by a police officer. That's also correct. And E. If you don't give your car keys to an officer when requested. That's correct too. All those situations give a police officer the power to arrest you. When driving across a railway level crossing, you must check that there's space for your vehicle on the other side of the line. True or false? If there's no room for your car on the other side, then you'll have to stop with your car partially on the crossing. A train may come and you'll be trapped or stranded on the line. Therefore, any time you want to cross over a railway line, you must make sure there's enough room on the other side for your vehicle. If you're turning left at an intersection, you must give way to all vehicles coming towards you that are turning right. True or false? A left-turning car has right of way over a right-turning car, so in this case, the answer is B, false.